Hi, everybody. Welcome to our weekly community call. I see some familiar faces. I see some familiar names and some new folks. So if you're new today, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to spend your Monday morning or evening with us. I'm Jessie. I'm in the US, located in Connecticut. So I'm kind of like right underneath Boston, right next to New York. So kind of in a quiet little corner, in case you're wondering. It's pretty cold here. We also have some other folks from the team here as well. So any faces you might see are most likely some Top Coder staff members or other community members. So thank you for being here, everybody. I got some fun stuff to go over today, but as always, this is an open forum. So the purpose of this weekly chat is for us to have some FaceTime with you folks, as well as give you the opportunity to ask questions or get some help or just meet some folks. So please be sure to not be shy. You can ask questions in the chat. You can jump up on camera and ask in person, whatever is good for you works for us. So I just have a few things to share today, and then again, I'll open it up, but feel free to stop me at any point. This is a very important part of our community, the ability to talk with you guys. I like to think that makes us unique because we care so much to chat with you every week. So thank you for being here. All right, so what do we got today? Today is the 25th. That means next week is February. Oh my goodness. Longest month of the year is almost complete. All right, okay, so MULESOFT certification. This is up as of January 31, which is Sunday. So you have one more week to get your MULESOFT certifications. As I chat through some of these things, I'll make sure I put the links in the chat so you can look at them as well. So it's super easy. These are the steps you have to follow to get certified. I believe they've had a few hundred already of Top Coder members come in through and do their certification. So definitely take advantage of this. Anything free is always great, and having extra technology certifications on your resume, your Top Coder profile is always a really great thing to have. So if you have any questions on that, let me know, but there's only 1 week left. I did ask if they could extend it, but negative. Maybe next time. All right. What else do we have today? Oh, some top gigs. So let's go over the top gigs for the week. I like to go over some of them that I know are top mind. And we do have some of our gig work team on the line as well. So if there's any questions on these gigs, or if there's any other gigs that they want to promote, we can do that as well. So first one I have is Salesforce testers. This is in any location. Time zone is US time zone, Mountain Standard Time. So it's like UTC -7. And this is for a large Canada-based telecommunications company. So Salesforce testers are needed. The next gig we have is data transformations engineer. This one is also any location. So if you have any of these skills, interested in a gig, it's a year-long gig, I guess, too. So that's pretty cool. Year-long guaranteed income. There you go. The next one we have is a Hadoop admin. I love that term, Hadoop. That's such a, whoever named that, that's like the coolest. Anyway. So this is also any location. It's a really good rate, guys. It's 6 months gig, UTC -6 time zone. So this is another great gig opportunity. It's for a multinational banking company. So check out this one. You need to have some good experience. And if you find that you see these like long experiences, but you might not necessarily have that kind of experience, I think you should still apply. And when our recruiters talk to you, we could see if maybe you do have that experience. So don't let that dissuade you, I suppose, but talk to us. So that's a Hadoop admin. We also have a Python PowerShell scripting DevOps role. This is a quick one, 4 weeks. You're working India Standard Time hours, and you can be any location. So please check that out if you're interested in that gig. That's for a Europe-based multinational healthcare company. Okay. I I forgot to put the link of the first one in there. Corey, if you don't mind throwing that one in there, whatever that first one was, I completely forgot already. We also have, oh, and that's it. That's it for the open gigs this week. Any other gigs, recruiters or top coder team you want to promote or talk about? Anything I missed? Okay. If you're new to Top Coder, a gig work is a really great opportunity to get some guaranteed income, but still keep that flexibility and your freelance lifestyle. So I think it's a great opportunity. I really think that regardless if you're interested or not, you should check out the gigs that we have, and for sure join our gig work email blast, because every week on Thursdays, we send out a gig email. And that gig email, it basically gives you the latest gigs of the week, right? So every week we have new gigs coming out. So I advise you to always check those out. There's a link here I just put in the chat. So if you don't have access to that email, subscribe, get that Thursday email, and you'll always see if there's new opportunities coming up. Any other comments on the latest gigs? Any questions on the latest gigs or anything gig related? Anybody? Okay. Next up, we have the RDM practice challenge. I'll put it up on the screen here. Harsha, if you want to give a quick walkthrough what an RDM is and why they should care.
Right. So, so RDMs are the coolest development competitions you can do at Top Coder. So, basically, it's so when we submit on a Top Coder development competition in general, we have a registration phase, we have a submission phase, and then we go into the review phase, and then there are other phases that come up, the appeals, etc. The idea is, you keep submitting, but only when the submission phase is over, the review phase begins, and your submission is reviewed. But these kind of RDM competitions, they have, these are super cool problems. Sometimes some fantasy statements to, keep you excited about just solving it because it's interesting. And the good part is that you get a score as soon as you submit. So as soon as you submit, there are automated testers running in the backend in the server to run your submissions across the defined test cases and give you a score. So which means you can resubmit and make sure you can you improve your scores and get better in your submission. So these are RDMs. These are pretty cool. We are bringing very cool and interesting problems to everyone, and the scoring is interesting. There's a leaderboard out there. The faster you submit, the better you are. The number of test cases you solve. So sometimes it's speed versus how many test cases you get. So when a match is happening, it's all fun. So while we run these RDMs for you, we decided we should run a practice challenge so that you can get accustomed to how a submission needs to be structured. What is the folder structure, and so we decided to launch an RDM practice challenge, and this is there. You have 3 good problems, and these problems were actually used for TCO finals this year. So basically, these are great problems, and if you can, I'm sure a lot of members do reach out to us, and they are like, what problems can I solve a TCO final problem and do what the finalist did? Here you are. We have structured the same problems as an RDM practice challenge, and you can practice submitting to it. While we plan and bring you the next RDM, you can get set, get ready, and make sure you're set for that. So, yeah. And I saw a chat comment. You want to write problems? That's great. We have a problem writing article. It's very easy to write RDM problems. We have a template. Go through it, take a look, and you can start writing. Start submitting your problems. So I think I'll put that link in the chat, and just yeah, we can go ahead and then also put this link, the RDM practice link.
Yep, already did. Awesome. Okay, and so RDMs, they're new. Please remember, you heard it here first. We started doing these, and then some other folks kind of jumped on the bandwagon. So Rapid Dev Matches started Top Coder first. And it's really cool to have numbered events similar to our SRMs. We're on what, 700 something now, Harshit, for SRMs?
Yeah, SRMs have 798.
They started with number 1. So these RDMs, we're on RDM number 3, which is next month, Harshit, right? What's the date that it starts?
It's February 24th.
24th. So get in on the new challenge type early on. You can tell your friends that you were on RDM's
Right. So,
streak.
whenever we are doing a big milestone number of these kind of matches, I think Jesse and I can like relate. When we did marathon match 100 or we did SRM 750, or we always go and look back what happened in SRM 1, SRM 2. So this is your time to, you know, be a part of the history
Yeah.
and be on the leaderboard that, hey, I won the first, I won the third RDM. I was so I mean that, so make sure you take out time and compete, because this is going to be big very soon. So
Yeah, SRM 500, I remember we did like our own logo, we did t-shirts, it was really cool. All right, so RDMs, super fun, check it out. And again, the next one is on the 24th, the actual one, but you want to try that practice challenge. Okay, what do we have next? Salesforce challenge. So I wanted to promote this challenge a little bit. This is a challenge that's currently running registration. So you can register now. But anyway, we are looking for some devs to get in on this challenge. So please check it out if you are well-versed and interested. There's the link for it. So these are the prereqs and the stuff that you need for it. Okay, so check out that Salesforce challenge. Okie dokie. Next up, we have roles at Tapcoder. This is an article that we have on the blog, and I just want to make sure I draw your attention to it every once in a while because I think it's really valuable. So one of our bloggers, Trivia 79, wrote this for us. So if you're newer to Tapcoder, it's a really great article to take a look at. So between a gig worker, which we talked about, something you can do in our community is basically get a freelance contract gig. You can be a co-pilot. We're going to be doing a big rush for co-pilots probably starting next week. We need more co-pilots. So if you are a seasoned competitor and you want to grow a Tapcoder and become a co-pilot, spoiler alert, we're going to be promoting this next week. So you heard it first. If you want to be a co-pilot, let me know. If you are not a seasoned competitor, but you're interested, we're going to take you too. So if you have project manager experience or you're interested in doing something different in our community, co-pilot is definitely a great way for you to go. We have reviewers as well. They review our scorecards for dev competitions. We have screeners that screen our design challenges. So definitely don't miss those opportunities. Design review board, which is a new thing that we started at Tapcoder for our design competitions. So if you're interested in that, reach out. We have some of our designers on this call. You can be a blog writer. I'm always looking for folks to write blogs for Tapcoder. I would say 95% of the blogs that we publish on the community side are from community. The other 5% are from me, but I'm part of the community, so I guess I count too. But if you want to write blogs for us, we pay. So if you have something to share or you have something cool, please let us know. Thrive is our educational center. We also pay for those articles. So if you have something to teach or you want to do a tutorial or you want to talk about the RDM, like even if you do the RDM, we do editorials and things like that based on our challenges. So let us know. We have MVPs at Tapcoder. We just did the MVP nomination last week. We'll be announcing our new MVPs this week. So I'm excited for that. So stay tuned for our newsletter, which goes out Wednesday, and we'll share our new MVPs. Community team members. So I have a number of members on my team, my actual Tapcoder team that do work for me and for the community. So there's always new ways to engage with us. And we also have some operation team members. So we have some Tapcoder members who work on our operations team and help with actual operations of our competitions. And of course we have problem writers for RDMs, algorithm, and marathon match. So if you're interested in problem writing, our main man here, Harshit, is your contact for that. We have lots of great resources and things for that. Being a problem writer is a really great way to earn money at Tapcoder, especially if you're very creative. And if you've got some experience, or even if you don't, we have lots of problems you can review and check out for getting that experience. But keep those things in mind. And then of course the problem testers to test.
Yeah, and problem writing makes you famous.
It is. And then it's like, you get to come on our TCO live broadcast and talk about your problem. And it's just, it's a really cool thing. Who are some of our famous sorry, I can't even talk. Some of our famous problem writers, Harshit, tell us about some of them and what they do.
Yeah, we've had Lewin, we've had Ericto. These have been our problem writers, since long. We've had Esprit, uh, and we have had, this year we had JY_25. He, the first he qualified for the first time for TCO finals. I mean, he's been trying to qualify to TCO finals as a competitor since long, but this year he wrote some amazing problems and which were very well received, and it earned enough points to qualify uh, to get a trip to TCO final. So yeah, I mean, these are the, you can, and the best part, as I said, right, you can become very famous. So you don't have a client problem statement to work on like a co-pilot, but it's your own fantasy brain. You can like think of anything and like come up with, add something mathematical or algorithmish to it and just make it and come to the, and have your problems reach out to the bigger audience.
Yep. Awesome. Thank you. So yeah, so great opportunities at Top Coder. So I just want to make sure you're aware of all those cool things you can do. I think almost all of them are paid opportunities. So, you can earn a living and live that lifestyle, that freelance lifestyle with us doing any of those roles. And I'm happy to go into more detail if you guys want to shoot me an email or chat me offline. I'm happy to help you get to that if you wanted to get to something like that. I saw your question come in. I'll get to that in a minute. Thank you for that. What else we got here? So the other thing I wanted to share today was, have you seen this before? It's my new feature for the week. There's a lot of cool things on our website, on our platform that you might now know or not know about. So one of the cool things I wanted to show today was our stats page. Statistics are really important to our community and to our members. And so I didn't know if you knew this existed, but we've got lots of really cool stats on our community, including like, holy cow, we've paid out that much money. We have that many members, this many challenges. I mean, this is really cool stuff. Looks like right now India's in the lead for how many members we have. And then you can break it down between all of the other tracks. And then maybe you can find your name on here someday. So it's a really cool page to check out. There's a lot of really good stats in here that you can always look at and different things. Co-piloted challenges, that's really cool too. First place by country. So it looks like China's one of the most first places. So anyway, one of the things that our members love, as I said, are metrics. And I think it's cool that you could potentially be on here someday. So check out our stats page. And if you have ideas for new stats that you'd like to see, please let us know, because we're always looking to improve and put on stuff that you are actually interested in. So what are you interested in seeing and how we can help you get it up there? So that's today's.
We've had our record books too, right, Jesse?
Yeah, so we have all the record. Yeah, Harshit could go on for days with all the metrics that we have. Share some links in the chat if anyone wants to see more. All right. And the last thing I wanted to, like an official thing, I don't know if you guys are on Slack. We do have a community Slack. You can register to join us. So if you want to have like live chatting with us, feel free to apply to join our Slack account. One of the other things working on is updated forums. So another spoiler alert, we'll have more news in the coming weeks about our new forums that will be up and running. So we're excited about that. In the meantime, if you do want to chat with us, you can chat with us on Slack. Okay. And then this is the section where we will just go into your questions. And so I saw a question come up about TCO 21. So our regional events right now, we are in stage 3 of competition. Stage 2.
Stage 3.
Yeah, there's so many different. All right, so we're in stage 3 of TCO 21 regionals. And so if you qualify for the regional events right now, then you would win a trip. So we're doing qualifying stages right now about the TCO regionals. And right now, I can't even answer your question if we're going to be doing in-person TCO or virtual. I think it's too soon to tell. If we cannot do in-person TCO regionals, then we are absolutely going to do them on Hopin like we did last year. I think everyone really enjoyed them. If we can do smaller meetups based on region, maybe we could even try that. At the end of the day, the most important thing when it comes to our in-person events is the safety of every one of you and of our team. So Harshit is usually the one that flies out to all these regional events. And he is currently located in Singapore. And there's a lot of restrictions around the world right now with travel. And we want to make sure Harshit can get home. And we want to make sure he doesn't get sick. And we want to make sure that you guys don't get sick. So I think it's really important that we just play it by ear for a little longer. We'll continue monitoring the news and seeing what the rest of the industry is doing. And hopefully we can make a call sooner rather than later. But again, we're just kind of sitting here waiting like everybody else. So we'll see what happens. We are going to have TCO in every shape and way as we did last year, regardless of what happens, whether it's online or in person, we're having it. So we're hoping we can be in person somewhere along the lines, but again.
Yeah, it was interesting even if it was virtual last year, it was as interesting as the on-sites were. So, so definitely join in and be a part of the regional event. And as Jesse said, hopefully we'll try and figure out if we cannot fly, and do we probably organize smaller meetups or whatever your region's restrictions are. We are taking a look at those, and we'll keep looking at those, and we'll keep keeping our fingers crossed so that we can be on site, of course.
Yep, perfect. So thank you for that question. I saw another question come in about how to set up payments. So I'm going to send you to Thrive. We have a couple great articles on setting up your payment preferences. So there's a few different payment methods we do payments through. So Payoneer, PayPal, Western Union. So you just have to go through and just set up your account as to how you want to get the money. And then on your profile, you'll have a tab called My Payments that you can monitor the payments that you're getting. We actually have dedicated folks who do member payments at Topcoder. So I suggest that if you have any questions about that, to email support@topcoder.com so they can help you. You're confused as to what was a good payment method. Okay, so depending on what country you're located in, my next recommendation would be to talk to some other members in that country, because every country has different fees associated with getting that money. So if you are trying to do PayPal or Western Union, whatever it is, you might have a different fee based off of where you live than other countries. So I would recommend getting in contact with some other Topcoder members in your area, in your country. If you need help with that, let me know. But sometimes getting advice from other members based on how they get paid might help you to decide what is best for you based on where you live. So hopefully that will help you. Otherwise, feel free to email me directly or Topcoder support, and we will be happy to help you. We can't tell you what to do because that would be legally frowned upon, but we can give you advice, like we can give you like the information that we have, but we're not really allowed to tell you what to do and what, we can't, like legally not allowed to do things like that. Okay, all right, you're in India, perfect. So I'm sure we have plenty of India members that would be willing to help you. So Harsha, if you don't mind connecting him with someone like maybe one of our MVPs, Sharath, or even someone like Ravi who can potentially help.
Yeah, do reach out to me. I'm just gonna put my email here. So reach out to me and I'll connect you to somebody. And in fact, I just posted a link to the forums, the payment discussions. It already has these kind of questions which you are asking. So just go in there and see if it has been already answered. I see a question: which payment method is best in India? And it might have been answered below before this also. So take a look at the forums. If not, you can reach out to us anytime and we will help you out connect, as Jesse said. Yes.
Great, good question. Okay, if there's any other questions, feel free to jump in. I know there's some other Topcoder team members here. If any of you from our expert services team have any challenges they want to promote or any other things you guys want to talk about with the community, here's your chance. So anybody got anything today to promote or they want to get some eyes on?
Nothing from my side.
Nothing at the moment, Jesse.
Okay. Okay, any other questions we have?
Not a question, but Tracy's bookshelves are awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Any other questions? Okay, I started a gig at Top Coder 2 weeks ago. When can I expect my first payment? Okay, that's a very good question. I believe gigs are paid on a weekly basis. So maybe Corey, do you want to follow up with Gulshan on that?
Yeah, I'm going to put our gig work email in here. And if you want to send an email there, we can get that figured out for you.
Yeah, we'll look into that. And sometimes it might be something as simple as agreeing to Top Coder terms. So you have to make sure you are agreeing to Top Coder terms. That's usually the first thing I ask members when they're getting paid for the first time. So send an email to GigWork, we'll look into it. And then if we need to loop in support to help with you making sure you get agreed to terms, then we can do that as well. So thanks for asking. Payment is very important.
There's a question around prizes. I can take this one.
Sure, yep.
So there's a question, why are challenge prizes not increasing every year on Top Coder due to inflation? That is because my first answer to this is because we are working in a global market versus just say inflation in the US. But also we tend to be higher than other platforms like us. So our prizes, because we obviously want to attract everyone here, attract top talent to Top Coder. If you look at any competitors in our space, they tend to be much lower on their rates and their challenges. So it's not necessarily, for us, it's not necessarily do we increase, it's more how do we secure more customers? How do we find a great price point that we pay you, but also customers willing to pay? And this is where, this is pretty much our business model, and the battle that we have is how can we pay you well and also get customers to pay us at the same time. And so this is just an ongoing market challenge for us. As you can imagine, most customers come to us and want us to lower our prices and lower our prices. And this is where, while our prizes for challenges have stayed the same, probably for the last 3 to 4 years, you could, if you go back farther, you'll notice that our prizes were probably even lower 5 or 6 years ago. So it's not necessarily for us a case of inflation. It's more or less, running a business and keeping customers engaged and keeping you guys coming back to compete. Hope that makes sense.
Really great question and really great answer too. So thank you. Good timing, Adam. You showed up just in time for the best question.
And that was Adam Moran.
How can we make proper understanding of questions in competitive programming? Any resources or links, articles to how parse it? What do you think? What's the best resource for understanding competitive programming questions?
I think, Praveen, the best way is to go through the tutorials. That's the best advice I would give you right now. So the idea is make sure you are, once you are done with the basics of each kind of topic and you know that, okay, you are good in understanding the question. It's important that you, after every contest, you should go back and upsolve the questions. So, either first and foremost is trying to go to the practice rooms and trying to solve that questions, even if you are not able to do that in the contest duration, because that's very less. Take your time and try and solve them. If you're still not able to do that for a long time, go back to the editorials, look at them, ask questions in forums. The writers and the coordinators are available to answer your questions. So it's very important to, whatever question you look at, you have to go back and understand how was it solved. Don't leave it don't leave it there. In editorials and practice rooms and looking at other solutions is something that really helps you understand that. Yeah. So and no question is basically silly. So when I even started, I even go and look back at my questions I used to ask in forums, but that always helps. So do ask, yes.
Also, so a lot of our members do screen recordings of them solving the problems. So
Yeah.
you can actually watch them while they're solving the problems, which is really interesting.
yeah, a simple YouTube search would get you uh, some of the videos. And in fact, once you get better, I think we would love you to start creating videos too. So yeah.
Okay, any
So
other
I
questions?
I have a direct message. I'm here to. I'm gonna post it. I think. Okay.
So payments we're talking about. So at TapCoder, there are a number of challenges where you get paid, and then there are things where you don't get paid. So the competitive programming aspect at TapCoder is not paid. Those are just for fun. So at 15, you can participate in those, no problem, because there's no payment associated with it. So you can learn from them, you can compete in them, you know, as much as you want. Our actual challenges where we're doing work for our customers through coding and designing, those are paid because we are getting work done through the community. And so those you have to be 18 or over to earn money at TapCoder. So if you're interested in earning money at some point, wait a few years. But in the meantime, you can do as many competitive programming challenges as you want. And I believe marathon as well, right, Harshit, the fun marathon matches?
Yeah, they are interesting too. So I think I'm sure Roshni, you would have played Minesweeper, or you have heard about the old traditional game Minesweeper. We had a cool problem around that, and all you needed was some basic coding skills to try, and try kind of solve it or understand the sample submissions we had. So these kind of problems are not, you are not building softwares, but you are actually looking at a statement which is very easy to understand, but and then you need to understand some of the existing algorithms and coding practices to solve them. So I think you saying you are here to learn coding, I would suggest learn basics of coding from just how the syntax is, how do you write loops, how do you write functions of any language you like to start with that language. And once you have started with that, come back to practice, because practice is going to make your programming better. And there is no other way. It has to be practice. When you probably graduate or 3 years down the line, you should be up to say that I solved 600, 800, or 900 questions on and this is what I did. So keep that as a goal and make it an yearly goal, that I'm going to solve 300 questions this year, and this is going to be my goal. And then you can like start approaching. So, and competitive programming problems, I'll just post a link to the problem archive. We have a lot of problems. uh, you can go through the problems, pick an easy one. So div 2 level 1 is the easiest one. So if you can filter on division 2 level 1 on this link, you would be able to find the easiest problems. Take a look at them, click on the problem name. You would also be able to find the solutions of people. And if you search the problem name on Google or on Thrive, you will get the editorial as well. It's a text explanation. So in this way, you can actually start knowing these problems and start solving them. And this is how you will actually learn. So, and once you start doing div 2 problems, you would jump to div 1, this is how it goes. So once you see some keywords, uh, let's say someday you are solving a problem and you see a keyword, this is solved using dynamic programming. You might just go back to Google and search what is dynamic programming. You might find some tutorials. You will go and learn those tutorials and come back to the problem again. So you learn with practice. The textbooks and the videos would only give you basic level of knowledge, and then it is you practicing and understanding how you approach a particular type of problem. Yeah.
And it's free to practice. You can practice as much as you want. So there's nothing, it doesn't hurt you in any way. So good advice, Harshit. Okay, welcome June. Hopefully I'm saying your name correctly, from the Philippines. Thanks for coming. We have a lot of really great TapCoder members from the Philippines. In fact, one of the guys on my team, James, is from Philippines, and I've worked with him for, oh my gosh, probably like 14, 13 years. Anyway, welcome. QA bug hunting, great way to start. QA is a big track at TapCoder. I think that the best way, as Harshit just mentioned, is to jump right in, see what QA challenges we have on our listing page, and just try them right out. I definitely would advise you to go to our practice page first if you haven't done any challenges. I'll bring that up real quick for you. The practice page gives you the ability to try out a challenge for the first time. And then you can see how the system works, how it all works. So this is our practice page. So we actually have a QA bug hunt right now that's running always. So if you've never done this at Topcoder, go here. So you can go to this challenge and check it out. So it's a practice challenge. Hold on, it's joking. It's loading now. So definitely check this out. I think it's a great place to start. It gives you some more info. We even have a guide here and a video. So I'll put this in the chat. This is probably, like I said, the best place to start for QA. We also, of course, have a number of articles in Thrive that I can send you to as well. A lot of them you could probably find right from this page. But yeah, lots of really interesting things. Bug hunts and the QA track is part of TCO. So by participating in our bug hunts and in QA competitions, you could potentially earn some TCO points too. So definitely check it out. If you're not already on Slack, definitely feel free to join, and I can definitely connect you with maybe some other members from the Philippines if you want to meet some, or you can jump in the forums as well. But welcome, glad you're here, and I hope that this will help you.
And I'll use this time to promote a challenge. So,
Go for it.
So if you like automated testing and you would like to explore how the current trends in mobile testing, we are running a skill builder competition, which is to skill you up. We have an APM. We are running APM skill builder competition. So I'll just put the link for that. So make sure you go and check it out. It requires some coding skills, but it is again automated testing. So once if you're doing some manual testing, it's a good start to jump into automated testing as well. So do check out, and yep, let me share the link.
Awesome.
I think there's a question around you're going to be moving to the US for school. Congratulations on that. The opportunities here in the US are the same opportunities that you see on the site. So all the opportunities that we have are actually on the Topcoder website. So all the challenges, all the gigs, everything is the same globally that you would see in the US also, if that's your question.
And I would just recommend that when you're here in the States, depending on what visa you're here on, just to look into that because you want to make sure that you're following your visa regulations. Again, I can't give you advice on what to do, what not to do, but I think it's just important for you to understand what kind of visa you're here on and how you can earn money while having access to that visa. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And thank you for sharing that link in the chat, Harshit. If you guys miss any of the links or you close out this and you forget, I put my email in the chat as well, so feel free to reach out at any time. Any other questions? This has been a really good dialogue today, some great questions. Anything else the Topcoder team wants to bring up to promote or talk about today? We hit everything. Our big newsletter comes out Wednesday. If you're not subscribed to newsletters, please go to your preferences in your Topcoder profile and subscribe to our newsletter. We basically cram everything we talk about every week into one newsletter, and there might be some new things that we're announcing. The newsletter will go out on Wednesday, hopefully, but we send it out once a month, and we do a member spotlight, like which member, did some really awesome things. We share some new news. We send you to some cool things. So make sure you get our emails, please, and thank you. We only do it once a month. That's how nice we are. Once a month, we send you an email. Okay. Well, it looks like there are no questions left. Again, feel free to jump in every week or email us if you have any other questions. Oh, there's one more. Will I have referrals for US companies?
That's the power of a community, I think. That's being a part of a community. The more you compete, the more you engage, the more people you meet, the more opportunities you get. Yeah. That's the more events you attend, it's, you know, you these things come along with the with being a part of a community. So yeah.
And building up your top coder profile will help you as well, right? And so, and we have companies coming to us that want to hire top talent from Top Coder. So the more you build up your profile, the more skills that you have, then you'll have those opportunities through the companies that come to us to hire, as well as through gig work.
Yep, that's
Awesome. All right. Well, this has been a great weekly chat. We will be here same time next week, so feel free to join us every week. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everybody. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.